If you are in need of Madden coins, look no further than MrMuckCoin.com. They got coins on all platforms. Be sure to use code Ryan50 at checkout to get 50% extra coins added onto your order. So yesterday we did the top 5 running backs in Madden 19, and the day before that we did the top 5 quarterbacks in Madden 19. Now we're going to move on to the wide receivers, and as always we do see guys along the lines of Antonio Brown. We have Odell Beckham, Julio Jones, just to name 3 that you already know are going to be in the list. But we do have at least, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys this time. A bunch of guys tied down near 88. And the first guy we're going to go over is Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas. So Michael Thomas is, a lot of people may say he is the product of, Drew Brees and whatnot, but in my personal opinion, Michael Thomas is one of those guys where he would be good on mostly any team. He has really good hands. He runs a lot of really good crisp routes. But in terms of going over to the next level, then yeah, definitely with Drew Brees, he is better than what he really is. Last year in Madden 18, he had an 88 overall base elite, and then entering into this year, I think he's going to stay as an 88 overall. And, he's not going to be anything too spectacular. He's not going to have elite speed. He's not going to have elite route running or whatnot, but he's going to have very good hands. He's going to have decent catch in traffic, decent spectacular catch. He's going to be pretty much what you would expect out of an 88 overall wide receiver. And Michael Thomas, I think, is going to be, maybe in and around the lines of 100, 150K to start off the game. Maybe a little bit more than that. But definitely you won't be too upset if you get your hands on this guy as one of your receivers to start out. I think he's going to be pretty damn good. Moving on ahead, we have another 88 overall wide receiver. That's going to be A.J. Green. So A.J. Green, that's down from the previous year of being an 89. He moves down to an 88, but that's just because, it's not looking too good there in Cincinnati. Andy Dalton isn't the greatest at quarterbacks. A.J. Green kind of had a down year in terms of what he's put up in the past, 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. It's still very, very good for what we're expecting out of receivers these days. Especially playing on the Bengals with Andy Dalton, who isn't all the greatest quarterback. A.J. Green still put up a really good year, and he's going to be pretty damn good in Madden. In terms of who's going to be better between A.J. Green and Michael Thomas, they're both 88 overall, but I could definitely see A.J. Green being a lot better, faster, better spectacular catch, better jumping, just overall a better wide receiver than the 88 overall Michael Thomas. But I think Michael Thomas will be a little bit more well-rounded than A.J. Green, so that's why I have him, tied. But, still I think A.J., if I could, I would make him an 89, but I feel like there's already better receivers than him above him, which we will get to here in a little bit. But yeah, another one here, 3-way tie at 88 overall. We have Keenan Allen. Now, Keenan Allen, first year being healthy in a long time for Keenan Allen, and he put up some pretty damn good numbers. We go back to 2016, he only played 1 game. We go back to 2015, he only played 8 games. So in 2017, last season, he put up 102 receiving yards. 102 receptions and 1,393 receiving yards to go along with 6 touchdowns. So he burst onto the scene, and he was amazing pretty much all year. During the last half of the season, week 12 through 17, he was putting up some of the best yards and touchdowns and just numbers in general for receivers in the league. Keenan Allen was on fire, and I expect his MUT card to be pretty damn good. Really good route runner, really good hands, decent speed, definitely worthy of that 88 overall rating. Now, coming in here with the last 3 cards, we have 2 guys tied at 89, and then 1 guy sitting there by himself at 90 overall. So we actually have, we have 3 guys tied at 89 and 1 guy sitting at 90 overall. Obviously, Antonio Brown is the number 1, but coming in at 89 overall is going to be Texans wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Now, DeAndre Hopkins is another guy that pretty much just dominated last season with not the best of quarterbacks. He had Deshaun Watson for a while, but after he got injured, DeAndre Hopkins still was putting up amazing receptions, yardage, touchdowns, everything. He had a career year in touchdowns with 13. Receiving yards, his career year is actually 1521. He actually had 1378 last season with 96 receptions. DeAndre Hopkins is definitely going to be one of the best receivers in the NFL again this upcoming season with Deshaun Watson being healthy. And in Madden, of course, he's going to be one of the best. Really good speed, really good spec catch, really good catching in general. Catching traffic is going to be amazing. Everything about DeAndre Hopkins should be really good. Next up, we have another injured receiver that didn't play at all last year, well, at least not that much, and that's going to be 89 overall, Odell Beckham Jr. Now, Odell obviously was an 89 last year. I'm going to keep him at an 89 because even though he got hurt, like, just because someone got hurt doesn't mean that they go down in overall, and that's exactly what's happening here with Odell. Definitely he wants to come out for the Giants and prove that he's still one of the best receivers in the NFL. Now he actually has a running back on that team that can, take a little bit of the load off of him and Eli. And, I think this is going to set up for more and more Odell, big-time plays. And I think he's going to have maybe a career year there in New York. I know Eli is getting a little bit to the point where, okay, they're probably going to have to replace him soon. And, just one of those things where I think Odell is just going to, come out and make Eli look good because he's going to be ready to go. He has a full year of resting and getting healthy and, wanting to come out there and do what he can do. And I think in Madden at least, you already know what Odell's all about in Madden. Super quick, very good hands, one of the best spec catch in the game, really good catching traffic, really good, making moves after the catch, whether it be a juke or a spin. I think Odell Beckham Jr. definitely one of the best receivers in Madden 19. Moving on ahead now, we have two more. We have Falcons wide receiver Julio Jones here at 89 overall. And like Odell Beckham, Julio has a little bit of an injury bug. Like, he plays through the injuries. He doesn't really, sit out a lot of the time. He plays through his injury. And last season, he had, 1,500 receiving yards and I think, 3 or 4 touchdowns. So, Julio definitely isn't a guy that's going to score a ton of touchdowns. I don't know if that's just how he is, or maybe it's just how their system is in place in Atlanta. I think they use their running backs a whole hell of a lot more in the red zone than they do throwing it to Julio, which I don't know why you would do that. Just throw the ball to Julio. He's going to go up and get it. But definitely in Madden, Julio's one of those guys where a lot of people will actually say that he's better than Antonio Brown because he's faster, he has better spec catch, better catching traffic. Everything about Julio, in terms of compared to Antonio Brown, Julio is just bigger than him and can do a lot of the similar things as Antonio Brown. But I think this year they're going to tone that down just a bit. I think Julio's still going to be faster than Antonio Brown. I think he's still going to have a lot more catch and traffic ability and spectacular catch. But I think Antonio Brown is just going to be so much better in everything else that it's going to make him definitely higher overall. So that's Julio. Of course, number 1 is going to be 90 overall Antonio Brown. Now, like I said about Antonio Brown, he's going to be really quick, not necessarily super fast, maybe an 86 speed out of Antonio Brown, maybe 87 if they're feeling generous, but he's going to have 91 acceleration, 90 agility. He's probably going to have 90 spin, 92 juke. Just everything after the catch, he's going to be much better than everyone else at. He's still going to have amazing spec catch, amazing catch and traffic, and route running. Route running is definitely his, signature. Antonio Brown is definitely going to be one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in the game. I think it's going to be a little bit more so towards Antonio Brown's favor, like I said, in terms of who's better between him and Julio. And I think Antonio Brown's probably going to be $500K to start off Madden 19. So if you guys get your hands on this card, play with it for at least a game or two if you want to sell it, and then go ahead and put that on the auction block because it's going to drop pretty fast as more and more players come out. So that is going to be the top 5 wide receivers in Madden 19 Ultimate Team, and tomorrow we will be doing the top 5 tight ends. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified on when I upload videos. If you want to follow my Twitter, it is twitter.com/RyanDown15. I'll give you guys updates on when I'll have all this out, give you guys sneak peeks of what I'm currently making and what I'll be uploading. And if you guys want to go ahead and leave your feedback down below, what are your top 5 wide receivers? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know down below, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.